All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, which are the true names of the Heavenly Father and of His Son, who the world called Jesus Christ, who is a so-called black man. Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Barakathum, to all the Akim out there that's pushing this truth and sincerity, while Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Barakathum, to all the elders out there who labor in the truth and taught us this truth, right? And this is going to be a video centered around the HR6666 Unleashed contact tracing army of 300,000. And essentially, what this guy in this video was breaking down is that if you just came home from traveling from a different area, these soldiers, or whatever you want to call them, can come and break down your door and come and take you out of your house. And also what they're doing is they're conditioning you people to take that mark of the beast, which is that chip. And he also says everything is not going to go back to normal. So anybody with any sense and any sense of urgency and any type of discernment, you will know that this place doesn't have much long. Let me see. Let me go to a scripture. It's Ecclesiastes 8 verse 5. Ecclesiastes 8 and 5. It says, whoso keepeth the commandments shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. You see? So a wise man's heart is going to discern both time and judgment. And like Yahweh said, let me see if I can get that. Because we have to ask the Most High to have that discerning spirit on us. Put that discerning spirit on us so we can realize the times that we're in. That we're not in the time of peace. We're in the time of destruction. We're in the time of the restoration of the nation of Israel. We're in the time of getting out of this place. Okay? We're not in the time of staying here in America, staying here for 20, 50 more years. We're in the time of getting the hell up out of here. Time of Jacob's trouble. Time of great tribulation. So here we go. This is Matthew 16 and 3. It says, and in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. Matter of fact, let's go to the full chapter. Let's start at verse 1. It says, Matthew 16 and 1. The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came, and tempting desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times? Right. So you can discern what the forecast is going to be for the day. Okay, you can look up at the sky. You see that it's cloudy, it's going to rain. But you can't even discern the signs of times. You can't discern the times that we're in. So if you're in that, spirit, what's your 20-year, 30-year plan, you're not in the right spirit. The scriptures tell us that we're supposed to hasten the day so we can get up out of here. See, look at this. From RT News, COVID-19 threat of second wave pandemic is getting real. But here it is. They're opening back the states. Why is that? Salaki, I'm still trying to get used to this Android. We got a camp phone to record the videos on. Let's get Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 24. Let's see. Man, let me go to the blue letter. Bear with me one moment. And get this precept in Ezekiel. Because nothing but destruction is coming to this place. Ezekiel 7 and verse 25. Here we go. Perfect. It says, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Right. They shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Because you have the inhabitants of Babylon, you so-called modern day Babylonians, you're trying to seek peace. You're getting getting out your houses, rallying, telling the mayor or the president to reopen back America, to reopen back the economy. You want to go back to work. You want to go to the bars. You want to get your hair done. You want to get your nails done. You want to go back to the gym because you know you done gain all this damn weight being on quarantine. So you want to leave the house and have some fun. But there is no fun coming. And let's just say this thing does open back up. It's not going to be for long because Esau has something planned. Like the scripture says, we're not ignorant of Satan's what? Devices, which Satan's devices is dealing with his plans, his plots. We're not ignorant. You gotta stay on your toes. So Ezekiel 7:25 again, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Right? You have a lot of people right now that's seeking peace. Even a lot of Hebrew Israelites in the truth, they're seeking peace, but there shall be no peace. The scriptures tell you that. Let's get 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. So this is 1 Thessalonians. First Thessalonians 5 and 1. What the hell is going on here? You know, through the Spirit, that's not what I That's not what I wrote. But anyway, this is 1 Thessalonians 5:1. It says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And a lot of people are seeking peace right now, thinking that they're going to go back to work, or you can go back to work, go ahead and work out, go out to eat, go out to the movies, and think nothing of the coming of the Lord. But then sudden destruction just start coming. Oh, martial law. Then you won't be in permanent quarantine. And what are you going to do then when they implement martial law? Because you know, Jake, during this quarantine, and the rest of you people, you wasn't abiding by the social distancing rule. But martial law is a total different story. If you don't make curfew, you're either gonna blown away, or you're gonna get thrown in prison. And they're really gonna be patrolling the streets, not your damn NYPD. Talking about rural martial law troops, and they're gonna blow you away. Okay, so we gotta get in this. We gotta get in the spirit of hastening the day and get in the right mindset. Tells you that a wise man both discern time and judgment. So you gotta know the time that we're in. We're in a time of judgment. Every time I check the news, somebody from Philly is getting shot. Somebody's getting put to death every time I look up. So the Lord is passing out judgment like people is passing out candy on Halloween. For everybody. For everybody. Nobody is exempt. Nobody is exempt from the Lord's judgment except for the men of the Most High. Which I'm going to get into the video soon. This is Ezekiel 9 and 14. Ezekiel 9 and 4, Salakia. It says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And when you go into the word for mark, it's the Hebrew word thorwah. Which means exemption from judgment. So you got to have that spiritual mark. That spiritual mark of being passed over from judgment. Just like in the book of Exodus. When the children of Israel, they were exempt from judgment because they had the blood on their doorposts, which through the spirit that symbolizes the blood of Yahweh showering us. So you gotta have so you gotta be exempt from that, from the judgment, from the Lord's judgment that He's gonna bring upon us or upon the world. Salakia. It tells you in Exodus, Moses was like, who is on the Lord's side? So right now, you have that grace period to choose whether you're on the Lord's side or not. You got all day to watch the videos, read the scriptures. We got to gear our minds towards the end because the end is here. And the Lord waits on no one, right? Verse 5, and to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite, let your eyes spare, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. And this is the Lord talking to the angel. Don't have no pity. Don't have no pity on these people. Verse 6, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, which that's a spiritual mark. And begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. So you see that? It says both young, both maids and little children and women. It said woman twice. Old and young and little children. That's nobody's exempt from the Lord's judgment. So Israel, you better get right or you're going to get left. So let's see what this guy's talking about.
That you're quarantining. They're now, redesigning their apps, or quote unquote redesigning their apps to make sure that people are doing the proper quarantine. People that have either been overseas or just got back, on an airplane or something like that. They force you to quarantine yourself for 2 weeks. And they're thinking, well, we should put ankle bracelets and stuff on people to make sure. I mean, it's full on Babylon.
Look at that. They're trying to put ankle bracelets on the people. So what's next? The RFID microchip. Hey, this thing could bring the chip. It very well could. Did you hear what he just said? Ankle bracelets. To make sure that you're doing the right procedure for the COVID-19. Because nobody is abiding by this stupid COVID-19 thing. Everybody posting up outside. You ride down Broad Street here in Philly. Jake is just all outside, posted up outside the Crown Fried Chicken stores, not having a care in the world. And if there's any rims on the basketball courts, Jake is playing basketball, which I was one of them. Jake does not care. The people do not care. They're doing their own thing. So the government is going to have to crack down. And then just from RT News, it just popped up that a second wave is coming. Who knows what will happen?
On, folks, we have a full-on New World Order. It is the most evil plot in the history of humanity, and we are witnessing it here all together. It's unbelievable. This is the most unbelievable thing. It just, every single day, my jaw hits the floor. Maybe I should just leave it there.
And this Edomite is in awe.
Right? I mean, it's just unbelievable. What is contact tracing? Contact tracing is the tried, tested, and true approach to contain. Did you see over in China? Didn't you see over in China? See how well it worked? Nobody's allowed to question anything. Everybody has to do what they're told. It works so well there. Lockstep, everybody. Do exactly as Big Daddy or Big Brother says. It's commonly used to contain sexually transmitted infections. They all the names of everyone with whom they have recent contact. Positive for the coronavirus, tracers health departments. They contact people initially by phone, in most cases, who have tested positive for the coronavirus. Tracers will ask them to recall the names of everyone.
Yeah, so you see Esau, he's trying to be like the Most High. Let's get that in. First Thessalonians. This is the book of, no, Salak is second. Second Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Who is the son of perdition? Esau, the so-called white man, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. See? So Esau wants to show himself like he's the Most High. He's trying to copy everything the Lord does, but on the left-hand side. So this is a spiritual battle, right? So we got to fight this battle spiritually. So what does that mean? Start watching videos more, praying more, doing these videos, reading, going out to the highways and hedges. Well, I'm going to read this in the Good News Translation. It says, do not let anyone deceive you in any way, for the day will not come until the final rebellion takes place and the wicked one appears, who is destined to hell, destruction. He will oppose every so-called God or object of worship and will put himself above them all. He will even go in and sit down in God's temple and claims to be the Most High. And that's what Esau has done, claims to be the Most High. Because the scriptures tell you how the eyes of the Lord are everywhere. In fact, let me get that. This is Sirach 39. Get the book of Sirach 39. All right, this is Sirach 39 and 19. It says, the works of all flesh are before him, and nothing can be hid from his eyes. And that's talking about the Most High. But Esau is trying to be just like the Most High. Esau want all the works, all the doings, all the actions of humanity before his eyes. That's why you got all these cameras set up. You got cameras set up in your phone, in your smart TV. Next thing he want is the chip in you. Right? Let's read it again. The works of all flesh are before him, which who? The Most High. But Esau wants to be like the Most High. That's why he wants to implement this RFID microchip, so he can know your thoughts, so that he can know everything about you. You know that chip got everything on it. That's why he wants to put the ankle brace on you now. And they want to know, oh, who did you last encounter? So they can get to that person. It says, and nothing can be hid from his eyes, and nothing can be hid from the Most High's eyes. And this is how Esau wants to be. Esau wants to be just like the Lord. Nothing is being hid from him. He just got big giant eyeballs. You walk in their eyeballs is following you. You driving is following you. Verse 20, he seeth from everlasting to everlasting, and there is nothing wonderful before him. And that's exactly how Esau wants to be. Nothing surprises him. He just want to be ahead of the game, a step of the game. He want to be like the Most High. But all that counsel is going to come to naught. To the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua.
With whom they have recent contact with, this is what the tracers will do. They're going to have to recall the names of everyone with whom they've had recently come in contact. Finally, contact tracers will warn those people of their potential exposure, advise them to self-quarantine, and provide them with access to resources they might need in order to follow protocol. Just in case you're thinking things might go back to normal. I mean, nobody wants that more than myself, but they're basically telling you there's never going to be the same. And we're going to live in a full-on police state. Yesterday when I was doing the podcast, which nobody got notified for, again, of course, I put it in the title. Will anybody say this one? I mean, some people got it. Most people didn't, of course. It doesn't show up in anybody's feeds. But we went through the airports and all the hoops of fire you're gonna have to dance through to get on an airplane. I mean, they're gonna put you through these tunnels that they spray you with. They're gonna body temperature scanners. They're gonna hold up to your head. Facial recognition ID. You're gonna go through hoops of fire to get on an airplane. That's. They're gonna make you go.
You see that? Esau just want total control. This is Job 21 and verse 28. It says, For ye say, where is the house of the man? I'm gonna start verse 27. It says, Behold, I know your thoughts and the devices which ye wrongfully imagine against me. For ye say, where is the house of the prince? And where are the dwelling places of the wicked? Have ye not asked them that go by the way? And do ye not know their tokens? That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction? They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Yeah, the wicked is going to be brought forth to the day of wrath. The wicked is not escaping. There is no escaping of the wicked. The wicked is going to be brought to the day of wrath, and that's dealing with Esau, right? It says, who shall declare his way to his face? Or who shall repay him what he hath done? Yet shall he be brought to the grave and shall remain in the tomb. Esau is going to be finished. All right? But I'm going to end there. Okay, Lord willing, a few brothers, a few sisters were edified. Till next time I say shalom.